Hi and welcome to 9 different exercises to improve the wrist stability. These 9 exercises to improve the wrist stability are the spotlight, the flashlight, the magician, the pancake flipper, the T-Rex in the morning, the T-Rex in the gym, the cautious Big Bang, the crepdangular castle builder, and the crab anxious to have fever. And in between these exercises, I'm trying to learn the receipt, just memorize the receipt of good cakes for tea or breakfast by Catharine Beecher. And we're going to start with the first exercise, the spotlight. So go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side with a fist, and we're moving with fist down and up again, and down and up. And participating in the exercises at your own risk. And up and down. So we're going slowly up as far as we can go with a little effort. And then we're turning around and we're going slowly as far as we can go with a little effort. Going as far as we can go with a little effort and turning slowly around into the other direction. Not with the other arm. Go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, and returning with fist down and again up. And slowly down as far as we can comfortably go. There should be never any pain involved. If you have pain, immediately stop. And down as far as we can comfortably go. And again up. And down. We're going up, and for last time, we're going down. And again. That was the spotlight. Now, good cakes for tea or breakfast is the title. 1 pint of milk and a spoonful of salt. And a spoonful of salt. A spoonful of salt. A pint of milk and a spoonful of salt. The next exercise, the flashlight. Again, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, fist. Now we are moving with fin to the inside and to the outside. And again to the inside. We're going as far as we can go with a little effort. And as soon as we've reached that point which we can reach with a little effort, we're turning slowly around and going into the other direction. To the inside. And to the outside. And the last time to the inside. And to the outside. And now with the other arm. Again, go to the shoulders. Arm comfortable at the side. And we're turning the fist to the inside and to the outside. Slowly as far as we can go with a little effort. And then we're turning slowly around. Last time. So, good cakes for tea or breakfast. 1 pint of milk and 1 spoonful salt. 1 teaspoonful. Just spoonful, sorry, I assume teaspoon. I know. 1 teaspoonful of molasses and a great spoonful of butter. So maybe actually a spoonful, a tablespoonful. 1 teaspoonful molasses and a great spoonful of butter. Teaspoon, molasses, and a great spoonful butter. The next exercise, the magician. Again, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, now with a flat hand, facing to the ground, and we're moving with hand to the inside and to the outside. And again to the inside and to the outside. Good cakes for tea or breakfast. And one more time. 1 pint of milk and a spoonful salt now with your arm. Go to the shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, returning with hand to the inside and to the outside. We're going as far as we can comfortably go. And as soon as we reach to the point which we can reach with a little effort, turning slowly around and going into the other direction. 1 pint of milk and a spoonful of salt, and then a teaspoonful of molasses and a great spoonful of butter. And the last time to the inside, and that was the magician. 1 egg well beaten and 2 tablespoonfuls of distillery yeast, or twice as much home-brewed. 1 egg beaten and 2 tablespoonfuls distillery yeast. If it's home-brewed, then twice as much. And now the pancake flipper. Again, go to line shoulders, uncomfortable at the side, and we are turning the palm, which is facing to the ground, up to the sky. And again to the ground, and to the sky. We're going, again, same rules, as far as you can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around into the other direction. Good cakes for tea or breakfast. 1 pint of milk, it's half a liter, 1 pint of milk, and a spoonful of salt. And over the other. Again, go to line shoulders, uncomfortable at the side, and returning the palm to the sky. And as far as you can go with little effort to ground. And then returning around. 1 pint of milk and 1 spoonful of salt. And then 1 tablespoonful of molasses and a great spoonful of butter. And then we should beat 1 egg and 2 tablespoons distillery yeast, or twice as much home-brewed. Let's do the next exercise. It's the T-Rex in the morning. So we are having the arms out and we're turning the palms down and the palms up, to bring the hands into flexion and into flexion, this is flexion, and into extension. Again, as far as we can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around. 1 pint of milk and a spoonful of salt, and 1 tablespoonful of molasses and a great spoonful of butter. And then 1 egg beaten and 2 tablespoonfuls of distillery yeast, or if home brewed, twice as much. And we are done with the T-Rex in the morning. Stir the ingredients into flour enough to make a stiff batter. Now the T-Rex in the gym. Having a tennis ball, if you don't have one, you can do it just with a fist. And we're taking the tennis ball like this in the hand and holding it with these 4 hot fingers. And we're turning the arm down so that this is all flat. And we are pressing with moderate force. And releasing again. And we are pressing again. And we release again. And we are pressing. And release again. And we are pressing the last time. And we release again. And now change. Again, like this hand. And we are pressing. And release again. And we are pressing. And release again. And the last time. We are pressing. And release. That was the T-Rex in the gym. Now we should add so much flour that it gives a stiff batter. Let it rise all night, or if for tea, 5 hours long. So the whole night, whatever it is, 8-9 hours, or if it's for tea, then just 5 hours. The whole night could be 12, I don't know. Add a salt spoonful of saleratus just before baking it, and then you should add a spoonful of saleratus, or salt saleratus, a salt spoonful of and a salt spoonful of salt. That made sense in the opening sentence. Okay, the next exercise, it's the cautious big bang. We're placing the fingertips on top of the fingernails of one hand, and when we are opening that hand against the force of that hand, now we are closing it again with resistance against that force. So it seems to be a specific type of spoon, a salt spoon. And one more time here, this exercise. So it is a salt spoonful of salt. And a salt spoonful of salt. And now we should add a salt spoonful of saleratus. At least that would make sense. And now we're opening. And we're closing. So we should let it raise the whole night, 12 hours or whatever. Or if it's for tea, then for just 5 hours. And shortly before baking, we should add one salt spoonful of saleratus. And that was the exercise. And dissolve in warm water. We should dissolve it in warm water. And then bake in shallow pans. In shallow pans, we should bake it in a quick oven for half an hour. And the next exercise, it's a quadrangular casserole. So both hands with fists on, returning with fists facing each other, and up, and to the side, and down, to the inside. No, with whole thing, the other way around. Down, to the outside, and up, and to the inside. And that was a quadrangular castle architect. And now go to line shoulders. Again, the arm at the side, and we're turning the fist down. Good feeling in the arm. And the fist is down, so we're turning it down, we're bringing it into flexion. And we're pressing the fingers against the index finger, and over on the outside, with moderate force. And over the top. And from the bottom against the foot finger. And now with your arm, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable to the side, turn the fist down and pressing with the index finger against it. And from the outside. And from the top. And from the bottom. And that were very strengthening exercises. Now we're going with fingers over the middle part of the lower arm. We're going over the extension digit term to relax it. And one last time. The other side. So, good cakes for breakfast or tea. We should take 1 pint of milk and a salt spoonful of salt. Then we should take 1 tablespoon of molasses and 1 teaspoon of molasses and a great spoonful of butter. 1 egg well beaten and 2 tablespoonfuls of distillery yeast, or if home-brewed, 2 times that amount. 2, not just 2 tablespoonfuls, but 4. And we should stir the ingredients with flour until it is a stiff batter. We should let it rest overnight for 12 hours, or if for tea, then just 5 hours. And then we should add a salt spoonful of saleratus before baking and dissolve it in warm water. Yeah, I guess the saleratus should be dissolved. And then bake in shallow pans in a quick oven for half an hour. Thank you very much, and until next time.